you will quit receiving annoying emails. So watch for that, and save yourself all the grief associated with continuing correspondence from me. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Okay, let's call the June regular meeting. I don't imagine we have any yet. Oh, we need through health and welfare. Anybody got anything to report on that? Okay, I doubt whether we got any visitors. Minutes from last meeting. It was held on the air too.
I'll make a motion to adopt the minutes as circulated. Bob, RGM.
I'll second.
Thanks, Alan.
Okay, any discussion? Any contrary? Carried. Membership report, Rob.
Membership has not changed since our last meeting. I believe we ended or going to end the year with 73 members. I will double check that, but I believe that is the correct number.
Okay. We've had the financial report.
Financial report was as presented at the AGM.
It's recorded as such.
We haven't received. Have we received any bills yet, Rob?
No, I am aware that Fred has taken a reading at Okanagan Mountain, but he has not, I don't know if he's presented that information to tell us, and they haven't issued us an invoice.
I do not remember the exact number, but it is roughly 2,000 kilowatts.
It's 2816, I believe. The estimate of that is going to be in the $350 range, taxes in, but we won't know to see the invoice. So that 73 number I gave you, Stephen, is accurate.
Okay. And as for correspondence, I had a letter yesterday from someone looking to write an exam. In touch with John because we're not running a course right now. So.
Okay, thanks, Stephen. I saw that. I take it that John is good to go with that, or we'll deal with it one way or another.
Yeah, I just see there's a response from him now saying that he's not ready to do it until the end of August anyway. So we'll circle back to that one.
Sounds good.
But John has indicated that he's more than willing to help him.
Okay, that's great. Old business. I guess since we left the gaming issue up to the executive, so we don't need to go too far into that. You've covered the news link. Chris, want to give us a big update on your adventures today?
Chris, you'll have to press your space bar down to unmute.
I think Chris is on a phone, so he's going to have to just click the button.
I clicked it, but I guess I didn't click it well enough. Anyways, I went to Shoot Lake today, and I met the fellow from the city, and we replaced the defective air conditioner at the club station. So we have a brand new air conditioner in the wall. So it should last us for another 10 years, I guess, like the old one did. So it's kind of timely because I guess field day is this coming weekend. Any questions on that?
Yes, you're correct. Field day is this coming weekend.
Thanks for doing that, Chris.
Yeah, no problem. And another thing I should mention too is Fred gave me the gate keys for Okanagan Mountain, so I'm now, I guess, the holder of the keys for Okanagan Mountain.
The keeper of the gate, even.
Yeah,
That makes him keymaster, doesn't it?
Okay. Any other old business anybody can think of? I guess the thing on Saturday, the contest, the field day. I'll get the words out yet. What time are we starting?
I believe we decided we were going to start at 11.
I believe 11 is when the festivities officially start.
Is that the setup start time or is that the on-air start time?
No, the setup start time is the previous day at 5 p.m., I think, but we're not in a category that allows for that because there is no setup.
Is
mean,
the loop in working order for the contest or is it not working?
To my knowledge, it is in safe condition, but I don't know if that is functional or not.
Can I ask a question while we're talking about field day at the club station? There was a couple of emails about that over the course of the last month. I'm just wondering, can you kind of indicate whether anybody on this call is planning to attend? And when, if that is a factor?
More deafening silence. I'll be there at just before 11, Rob.
Yeah, and I'll be there just about 11 as well.
Did you get a response from Don?
Yes, he said that to operate on Sunday morning, which is fine, except that I'm not certain who will be there by then at that time.
Rob,
Go ahead.
I'll be there at 11 on Saturday, too.
Okay, Don, thank you. Anybody else?
It doesn't take time to set. I know when Mike was there once before, he took a little time to set up a little gadget that you could just poke and it put out the call and everything else. Or do we not use those on field day?
Station 3, I think, has a voice recorder built into it, so we can use that.
Yeah, personally, I don't generally use those, but yes, Station 3 does have that functionality.
Okay, so it doesn't require anything ahead of time
It requires remembering which buttons to press, but beyond that, no, it's easy to change.
Sure. All right, for you young guys.
I don't remember the buttons, so we'd have to look in the manual. But it's a built-in feature of the radio, so if anyone wanted to get a jump start, they could try looking it up in the FTDX 3000 manual.
Okay. Any other old business that anyone can think of? Gord, do you have any? Oh, I guess it's more technical committee stuff, but I guess Big White, we can't do much about fixing it until until about mid to late August or something. The way things are going up there, I guess, with the snow.
You're talking about Big White?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's Tom has been working on that, or between Tom and Chris, I think there was a plan to deal with.
Okay, and everybody knows about what we've done with the repeaters as far as tones. Stephen, do you want to go over that at all?
Yes, I don't know if the change has actually been made, but we have determined that a tone will be required to bring up the 14668 Dilworth repeater. And we have begun advertising that tone is required. And if there is someone here that can confirm whether the change has been made or not, that'd be great.
Affirmative.
The change has been made. Okay.
Yes, about 2 weeks ago, Chris and I went up there and poked sharp sticks at it and got it going.
Excellent. And Tom, did you have something to say about the Big White repeater as well? I saw your hand up there for a second.
Yes, the Big White repeater is the one that Chris and I worked on. To replace it is back sitting high on the shelf in the Cedar Creek shack. I was planning to go up there while we were still able to ski in and out, and then of course COVID shut it down. So the repeater itself is ready to go, but sitting on the shelf back at the shack.
I can report that based on the Big White webcams, the top of Gem Lake, where the repeater resides, still has snow.
Yep, a foot or two.
Go ahead, Tom.
I'm trying to lower my hand. There he goes. Is it gone? Yeah,
Ask Alan how that works.
I think you succeeded, Tom. Okay, where are we? New business. How about that? You think we've covered just about everything? So that we don't have to worry anymore?
Well, you're really cutting out there, Brian. I'm not sure.
VE78OL repeater.
All right, is that better?
Go ahead.
That was a little bit better.
You're still muted, Brian.
If I go to straight on mute on the microphone, maybe that'll make it. Does that make it any better now?
Yeah, that's working really well now.
Yeah. Okay. New business. Other than Gord, is there any updates on any of these far off remote stations that you're sort of working on?
Yeah, I can give you a bit of an update. I did pass on to some. Apparently, Rod DeHoo, which we had referred to as being out of Grand Forks, is actually north of Greenwood, was removed from service about August of last year by members of the Grand Forks Radio Club, who had been instructed to remove equipment from a tower that had been a Forest Service lookout tower, which they had abandoned and subsequently have turned over to Fortis, is my understanding. And Fortis has indicated or had instructed Grand Forks Amateur Radio Club to get the amateur radio equipment off that facility. They, the Grand Forks Radio Club, took their equipment and ours off, and they have it currently stored at Grand Forks. They have plans to get up there this summer to restore it, and have assured me that they will reestablish the APRS up there as it was before. That's about all I have as far as Rod to Hill is concerned. Nothing new as far as APRS on Highway 1 between Revelstoke and Golden. We only have the one installation on McPherson, which we refer to as Revelstoke West. Still awaiting the opportunity to get an installation into Revelstoke West, Revelstoke East, which would be on the boundary of Glacier east of Canyon Hot Springs. And a second one known as Golden North, being on the, I guess it's the north or the east boundary of Glacier Park. Just awaiting access to the possible installation there on the part of our provider. That may or may not take place. And the only other thing I can mention is that Golden is still up in the air, in that apparently the restaurant is supposed to be opening to the public as of tomorrow, I believe it is. So that would suggest to me that it would be in order to access the site. I'm awaiting confirmation from my contact in Golden that is the case and that we would be able to go up there. Also seeking some information as to the extent of the runs that we need for coax. And that's basically all I have to report at this time.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything further from anyone?
I'm just going to spend a second and just try to do a bit on the field day. The idea behind the field day is not necessarily to operate on field day. We certainly will be doing that, but really we're planning to set up a couple of the tents outside, those pop-ups that we have, and give people a chance to just sit around in a outdoor and perhaps socially isolated, but not too, give people a chance to get together a little bit. So if you think that you have a few wander by, whether you operate or not is all optional. If you just want to wander by and chat with your fellow club members, then please do so.
Which brings up the issue of if you got a lawn chair, bring it along.
Launch station equipment and stuff there. So, we'll try to be as careful.
One other item I had is that I have the cord here from Fred for the guidelines for the loop antenna. If there's any intent to do some work over the weekend, somebody should pick it up from my place on their way by.
You say you have the cord from Fred?
Yes.
Okay. The only thing that concerns me is that the weatherman says that it's not going to be all that favorable. So, but it certainly wouldn't hurt. I could do that pick the cord up and have it out there. The only thing is, do we not, was there not some suggestion that we should have some extra pulleys or something to, for the way it was set up but that's, that was something from the climber that was going to do that, I think, wasn't it?
Well, that was originated, I think, from Gary Cooper. I think he's present, is he not? Or was?
Yeah, I'm not seeing Gary in the list anymore.
My understanding was they were going to make a list of some pulleys and stuff that would be needed that would go to Bob for approval. And then when that is known, then we can schedule a day where we can have the climber come out and use the rope and set up a pulley system so we don't have to climb all the way up to the top.
And I have seen nothing. I've got no equipment list. I've got no request for funds.
Given the length of time that the existing setup did survive, I suspect whatever we were to put up there now would likely outlive our occupation of that site, as that site is destined to be redeveloped by the city. I think Dave had his hand up.
Nope, didn't have my hand up, just got disconnected.
Oh, okay.
I thought you wanted to go out there and run up those trees, Dave.
Trees and I don't mix.
Oh, we do have Gary back now, though. Gary, there was some mention that you had a plan involving some pulleys. Oh, he is talking, but we're getting no audio out of him.
Gary, press your space bar if you'd like. It might help.
No, he's unmuted. There's just no audio coming through.
Okay. Gary, if you want to talk and you're not getting through this way, give us a call on Dilworth and we'll get you.
If nothing else, though, field day will make a great opportunity to evaluate the antennas and see what needs to be done.
Yep. Go ahead, Gary.
Guy from the city today about Shoe Lake, and he says the city doesn't have any plans for that building at present, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. So, and he's in the maintenance department, so he would know what was going on with that building, whether it's going to be removed or not and replaced.
Well, that is definitely nice to hear. I don't like moving stuff.
Go ahead, Gary. If you press your space bar if you'd like to talk.
Or just unmute the.
If that's not working, just give us a call on Dilworth and you'll get through, the audio will come through.
Yeah, Gary is unmuted, so if his microphone is working, we should be able to hear his audio. So I think it's beyond the mute issue.
When we get back to in-person ones, are we going to have to talk funny like that too to break things up?
Well, definitely. got to keep everything the same.
You can practice, Brian.
Do we have any other subjects while we're sort of waiting for Gary?
Are you on the website report, Brian?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay, since the last meeting, our likes on Facebook have gone from 137 to 146. Our followers on Facebook have gone from 145 to 154. Google Analytics give us 358 users in the last month with over 1,100 pages or page views.
Excellent.
One other side note, if I went to take a look at other websites that are ham related in the BC, we have over 100% more than any local club as following.
So does this mean that we're going to start making money off of our Facebook website?
We have no ads running on the site.
I thought you made
Yeah.
money off these things.
The executive wants to run.
You know, like we should monetize this. Like let's get some money coming in.
I would need the guidelines from the executive on what type of ads that would be permitted.
Ads that generate a lot of money.
Oh, we don't want those type of ads.
That's what I'm thinking of. So we won't have a lot of money coming in.
Okay, I take it we've lost Gary completely, have we?
I sent him a private message asking him to call on the Dilworth repeater, but that hasn't come through yet. So I'm not sure if he can or can't hear us or can't pick up the private message because that maybe is a bit tricky. So I don't know. We're trying.
Maybe he doesn't have the transmit tone set yet.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
I just did a little mic setting configuration change. That's all. So.
Perfect. I think somebody had a question for you, Gary. Who had the question for Gary?
I think someone just accused him of having a plan involving a loop at Shoot Lake.
Okay, you broke up a bit, Steve.
Oh, I was just saying, I don't think it was a question so much as somebody accused him of having a plan for fixing the loop at Shoot Lake.
So what's your plan, Gary?
My plan is outlined in email that you received probably a month or so ago, and my my email was met with the same response as you're getting from me as far as my microphone issues. So I just had a couple of questions. We can, and it really just came down to a couple of things. One was, throw something up there, like Stephen said, that we've had there for a while, that'll probably last for a while, or we could put something up that's got a little bit more sophistication to it, that has a little give when the trees move in the wind, because it's that loop is basically attached to the tower and 4 trees. So there's quite a bit of movement going on. And once again, maybe we only need a kind of a weighted relief on 2 of the trees or something. So that was a bit of a question that I had for my fellow tech committee colleagues, just as far as any of their thoughts. And The other quick question I had for anyone that can answer was, well, I think I know what the answer is going to be, but it was really just this idea of right now, do we want to get it up any higher?
You mean higher than it is now, Gary, or higher than it was?
I guess my question is higher than now because I don't know if I remember how high it was. So I'm just right now it just seems to be fairly parallel or the same elevation as where the tower attachment is. So I'm assuming it was higher at the time.
I think that's roughly as high as it has ever been. However, those trees have gotten significantly larger than when it was put up.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, when the lines came down, we were just lashing it up with whatever we could and however we could. So it is actually probably lower now than it used to be. And obviously, if it's a 160-meter loop, the higher the better. So yeah, I'd say try to go as high as we can.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair goal, and I think we can do a little better, certainly a little better job of attaching, particularly on some of the big trees. There's probably one or two of them where we could reasonably substantial, but I can throw a list of materials down. It's not that much, but we can just try to get that approved and maybe get Matt ready so that it takes one day to go up for him, and we can do it all. I did have one more technical question, and that was where it loops around back to the tower, back to the building. There's actually a line that goes under the power line into the building. It's just it's just got a pulley on the end of a fairly long line attached to a tree. What I'd really like to do is go above the power line, and I'm just wondering if anybody has any issues with that.
Just to clarify, it is the nylon line that is crossing the power line, not the steel antenna.
That's correct. Yeah, it would just be the Dacron. Well, it would be the Dacron line if we replace it. And it really just, that one particularly probably just is used to take up a bunch of slack or adjust the length. So I didn't see any real problems with going above the power line or the line coming into the building. I just wanted to make sure nobody had any issues with that.
Is there any issue with code for doing that?
Go ahead, John.
I think if I recall correctly, Tom and I, when we were putting up the last time it came down, a ladder could reach was it. So that was the limit on our height.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Maybe when we look at it, we'll get the material list, get a plan together, and then I'll just try to. Matt is going to be available probably only on the weekend, and he's probably already forgotten about it. So I will try to remind him, and we can hopefully do it on a cooler day in the summer.
Yeah, Gary, when you got your list together, just email it to Brian or Stephen or myself, and we'll take a look at it and see if we can. We'll work it into the budget for the next fiscal year, which shouldn't be a problem.
And I did note how much you had in the bank, so it'll definitely be under $5,000.
Yeah, well, you know what? By the time Brian and I go to Vegas for the weekend, there won't be $5,000 left.
My problem for the delay. Sorry.
That's my vain attempted humor.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Gary. All right. Let me see. We covered just about everything that we need to. I don't think there's anything outstanding other than those projects that we've sort of identified and either can't do them because of weather or permission at that point yet. So, okay, anybody got anything further? That being the case, it must be Greg's turn to do his thing.
Okay, if you want it, I move that we adjourn.
Okay. All in favor then? No, but contrary. Nobody, no, you hears. Okay, thank you one and all for taking part, and your vote of confidence.
And welcome, John, to the executive. And for those who want to,